So, YJR family. I just left the gym not too long ago, right? And a friend called me up in the gym. This is a guy that I've known for a long time now. He's in my mentorship group that I'm a part of, or that I was a part of, to help me, do what I'm doing now. So I met him there. I met him in person about a year ago. Well, actually, no, he visited this past year. Yeah, he came to Detroit. So anyway, he called me up. He was in the gym. I was in the gym. I was finishing up my steps, and he was like, "Hey, G." I was like, "Yeah, what's up, bro?" He's like, "I need some advice." I was like, "Yeah, go ahead, bro." And he was like, "I'm not feeling as inspired as I used to feel, right? About the business, about everything. Like, I'm check marking off all the boxes. I'm doing what I have to do, but I don't necessarily feel inspired, motivated, right? What do you do during times of lack of inspiration and motivation, right? Basically. So first, I asked him, I'm like, what are your goals, right? Like, what do you want to achieve? Like, what do you want to, like, how much money do you want to make? What do you want your physique to look like? What do you want your relationship to look like? So he told me, right? I was like, okay, got you, right? And the first thing that I noticed was that, his goals really weren't that, that big, weren't really too big, right?
Canceled.
His goals weren't really that big, right? And I was thinking that in my head, like, I was thinking that the first thing that I thought. And then he went on to talk a little bit more about, how he wasn't getting the results that he was wanting to get, right? And he's been trying to break a specific threshold, right? But it sounded like he was getting burnt out. So I'm like, okay, bro. So is it really that you're just lacking inspiration, or you've been trying to reach a goal for so long and haven't been able to do it, and you're burnt out, right? In the process of trying to achieve it? And he was like, yeah. So I said, okay, I know what you mean, because I was in the same situation, right? And I was like, do you want me to give you the raw reality of, why that is and how to break through the threshold? And he's like, yeah, I want you to give it to me straight. If I'm acting like a bitch, tell me. I'm like, no, you're not acting like a bitch, right? You're just lacking in obsession and endurance, right? You're lacking in obsession and endurance, and your goal is not big enough, right? You want to hit this goal, right? But it's not big enough, right? And when you're trying to achieve something great, I told him, like, when you're trying to achieve something great, like what you're trying to do, change people's lives, stay in great shape, have a positive relationship with your girl, get closer with God, and make all this money, it requires obsession, right? And he talked a little bit about balance. I said, bro, you're not going to have any balance, because what you're trying to do is unbalanced. It's out the norm. So if you operate from balance, you'll always be discouraged. You'll always be searching for this balance in all this chaos. And there's no balance in chaos. There's only execution, right? And I bring this up to you guys, right? Because if you guys want to achieve anything great, or anything that the average individual can achieve, right? Because the average individual can't work out, go to the gym, have a good relationship with their partner. They just can't do it. They just can't do it. Like, y'all minimize it, but 60% of divorces end in divorce. 60% of marriages end in divorce, right? The average American is living off of their savings, right? The average American is 20, 30 pounds overweight. So when you tell yourself that you want to be financially free, you want to have a six pack, right? You're trying to do what the average person can. So that requires you not to think like the average person. The average person wants balance. You can't think like that. Balance is for the weak. Balance is for the average. If you're seeking balance in chaos, you'll never achieve it. That's why you guys are fumbling around everywhere. Because I hear my clients saying it all the time. Yeah, George, how do you balance everything? I don't. I just get shit done. You just don't. You spend too much time planning and trying to figure out the perfect plan and wasting a lot of time, and you don't get things done. I just get things done. Regardless if I have structure or not, I just get the shit done. That's what YJR men do. They thrive in chaos, right? While the average weak individual, they fold under pressure. They fold. If they have like 10 or 15 things to do a day, they can't do it. They're like, oh, this is too much. They get overwhelmed and have anxiety and say, no, that's too much. That's too much. I got to hit my macros. I have to cook all my food. I have to hit all these steps. I have to go to work. They start getting anxious and stuff. I need the perfect plan. I need ChatGPT to, make me the perfect calendar so I can hit this and be in the bed by 9 o'clock. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, bro. It's not going to happen. If it takes you to walk, right, to get everything done, if you get done at 1 o'clock in the morning, you just get done at 1 o'clock in the morning, bro. It's just what you have to do. It's about endurance, right? It's not about balance. It's not about balance. You guys want to achieve great things. These things that you guys want to achieve are actually very hard to do. They are. If you look out the window, right, and I'm looking out the window right now, I see a skinny fat dude. Y'all want to be in shape. If y'all walk out into the world right now, the first 10 people that you'll see, 9 of them will be skinny fat or fat, and then 1 of them might be in decent shape. And you say that you want abs. What are you going to do differently than all those people that are walking? You're going to have work ethic. And you're going to have to do it for a long period amount of time until you get traction. And I told him that. I said, bro, the same thing that you're going through, I went through. But the difference between me and you, I obsessed, right, over what I had to do to get done. And I didn't go to sleep until all the work was done. You went to sleep because you wanted your 7 to 8 hours of sleep. You wanted the perfect conditions. You wanted to optimize your calendar, and you wasted all that time, and I just got shit done. That's the only difference. You know just as much as me, just as smart as me, right? Got a good looking physique just like me. But why did I pass you in income? Why did I pass you in followers and stuff like that? Because I just obsessed over the work and got work done. It's about action. You guys need motivation and shit like that. Like, you need to understand that needing motivation is a mental exercise and another means of procrastination. You have a procrastination problem, right? You do. The people that just get shit done are gonna win. Doesn't matter if it's the greatest thing in the world. Like these videos that I'm doing right now, like you see that I'm just driving on the way to go get my car cleaned. The video has to get done, so I'm gonna just get it done. That's the difference between those who get success and the ones that don't. I'm not seeking balance because I want to do great things. If you want to do great things in life, then you have to be unbalanced for a long period amount of time. And then the second that you get your result and you get traction and you get people to help you carry out the mission, then you can seek balance, right? Like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Michael Jackson, anybody great that you can think of off the top of your mind. They didn't have balance. They got balance maybe towards the end of their career, but you didn't see all the obsessive nights. You didn't see the nights where Kobe was in the gym at 1 o'clock in the morning shooting in an empty gym. You didn't see LeBron coming to the game 5 hours before the game to get a workout in, some stretching, and to watch film. You didn't see Michael Jordan perfecting the same shot for hours in the same spot. You didn't see Michael Jackson rehearsing the same exact move or the moonwalk for hours until he did it on the stage. It requires obsession. There is no getting around this. Some of you guys will listen to this and be like, well, I don't have to do all that. This person didn't have to do that. You don't know what the fuck that person had to do. Because they won't tell you. People are feeding you a dream, bro. I'm cutting through the bullshit. The faster that you can accept that things are going to be hard, the faster you can get to your result. Things are hard. It requires work ethic. Getting in 10,000 steps, working out, hitting your macros consistently, that takes work. If you're not willing to do it, then you just won't get results. And you have no one to blame but yourself. Because I'm telling you the truth. And I know that my friend also, he told me, he's like, yeah, my girl, I understand what you're saying, George, but, my girl, she just doesn't understand. And, it's, she tells me that I'm selfish for, working so much. I said, bro, she'll never understand because she's not experiencing what you're going through. And the reason why I tell you guys this is because you guys are going to obsess and you're going to try to get your people to validate what you're doing. You're going to try to get your wife to get on board with what you're doing and make her understand. You're going to try to make your friends understand what you're doing. You're going to try to make your family understand, but they can't understand because they haven't experienced it. People don't understand things until they go through what you're going through. People don't understand, or they won't understand until they experience, until they feel the emotions of the situation. Human beings only truly understand and grasp a situation when they go through it and they feel the emotions of the situation, right? Like, as a man, we'll never know what it's actually like to have a period. We'll never know. We can know that, maybe it might hurt, it might feel like a cramp, but until we actually feel it, we don't know. We don't know what it feels like to have a baby, right? We don't know what it feels like to be a woman, right? So you can act like you understand, but until you actually experience, you don't. So stop trying to expect people around you to understand your grind, because they won't. People won't believe in you, understand you, until you show them results. And he was like, how can I just make her see that I'm doing this for her? I'm like, bro, get the result, and then she can see it tangibly, and then she'll understand that you did it for her. Get the result. Once you get the result, right, and you give her more money, you do all this other stuff, she will start understanding that you did it all for her. But if you don't get the results, she won't know. She won't know. I said, bro, get the results. You're going to have to set a boundary with a lot of these people. You're going to have to tell these people that you can't go out, that you can't do this. And they're not going to understand. They're going to probably call you weird. But who cares? In 10, 20 years, when you're up, they're going to be in the same spot. And then they're going to be like, how did you get up there so fast, bro? How did you make so much money? How did you get the physique? How did you get the girl? I'm like, bro, because I put in the work. The times that you called me weird and you went to go do the fun thing, I went to go do the hard thing, the weird shit, the disciplined shit. Right? You guys are scared of that. Short term, I tell people all the time, instant gratification in the moment is going to lead to long-term agony in the future. Okay? And that's what you guys are doing, right? If you can sacrifice today, you'll have a better tomorrow. That's what I do every day. I sacrifice today for tomorrow, right? So I was telling my friend, I'm like, bro, she'll never understand. She'll never understand you. She doesn't run a business. She's never been a part of a bodybuilding show. She's never built a successful online presence. So stop trying to make her understand and just get the fucking work done. Because you guys have to understand this. If you guys don't get the work done, okay, and you trade your dreams in to have worldly approval, you'll start resenting the people that you are trying to get this worldly approval from. You'll start to low-key hate them deep down. You'll resent them. You'll blame them when it really was on you. You just didn't want to face the facts, or you didn't just want to face the agony of people calling you weird or people not understanding you. Fuck them. They don't understand you, right? God gave you a vision, all right? He gave you a vision. No one will be able to see that vision until you bring it into fruition, okay? So you need to make sure that you stop getting worldly approval, okay? Stop doing that. Like, that's like from your friends, family, whoever, and you start seeking the mission that God has given you, right? And I was telling my friend, like, my girl didn't understand either, but I told her, hey, look, I have to work. I have to provide. I have to do this, right? And I'm going to get the work done regardless, okay? You're either you're going to ride with me or you're not, okay? And that's how we kept it, okay? So YJR shit. Balance is for the weak man, okay? Obsession is for the dedicated and inspired, okay? I'll catch you guys later.